Gentlemen, good morning. Glad to be here. You got the Don the FDMG Boogieman in the house. My bad for last night. My bad about last night. I got a phone call last night, and at the wrong time, it called. I got a call around 7 o'clock, and I knew I was supposed to do my live stream 7:30, but the phone call exceeded my time. And by the time I got off that phone call, it was so draining that I just laid down and went to sleep. I apologize. So we're gonna pick that one back up around 7:35 tonight. So today's gonna be exclusive. I'm gonna give you three. I'm giving you the AM right now. We're gonna focus on politics and health and healing. So these are my new shades, folks. I'm gonna be real stylish this summer. These are my Versace shades. You know what I'm saying? Which one you like better? These are Versace ones. I like the way they shape like some, you know what I'm saying? I like these Versace joints. Who like these Versaces? I got the Versaces. Or I got the Porsche. I got the Porsche. Official joints too. You know what I'm saying? Which one you like better? The Versaces or the Porsche? You know, it's kind of fly because they both have, they both very much different. This is like a beetle, like beetle eyes. And this right here is just the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Also, hold on. Oh well. Then I have my regular ones. You know, matter of fact, let me get my regular ones. Let me see. This summer, I have three different pair of shades to rock out. So I'm kind of can't wait for the summertime. I can't wait for freak summertime. I just can't wait for it to be sunny. All right, so I got the regular joints, which I really do like. I mean, nice and simple. I really do like these. Still can see my eyes through them. You know what I'm saying? I like those. Then I got my Porsche shades. What you know about that? That's that Ti look. What you know about that? You know what I'm saying? That's that. I can take off the hat with these. With these shades, I don't wear no hat. Maybe even for rock a visor. You know what I'm saying? With these joints. Which this that Ti shit. What you know about that? What you know about this? That these Porsche. Then you have the Versace. It definitely got that Matrix look to it. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think? But it's funny I start off like that because you know what I'm saying? A lot of people wear shades to hide their true identities, to hide their feelings, to hide their emotions. You know what I'm saying? Shades, even eyeglasses. A lot of times they wear non-prescription eyeglasses to hide something. You know what I'm saying? To camouflage, to change up their identities. Many people, you know what I'm saying, you thinking they looking good, they looking, real like they got it going on. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of folks are dealing with some type of emotional trauma, emotional crisis, whether it started from young or just happened, as they growing up and getting older, or just, happened on the job. Happen from losing a girl or losing a guy, being touched by, but being improperly touched by someone in your family. There's many components to mental health, mental therapy, and this live stream is going to focus on it because I truly believe that the world needs not just like a mental health day, but I truly believe that the world needs therapy. The world needs therapy. And my question is, would this presidency, this Trump individual, be the one to be able to implement world therapy? Folks, when you take a look at that image, my thumbnail, you got Donald Trump. You know, people, they say, they try to make it seem like, you know, they sat those people there according to presidencies. You know what I'm saying? They always do that. So as the people sitting, you see Obama, you see George Bush Jr., then you have Obama, then you have Trump. After Trump, you have Biden. Okay? The reason why they all sitting there is because that was the presidencies. So when Kamala walked into the room for Jimmy Carter's, you know, his rest in peace ceremony, you know, she instantly had the eye of envy, the eye of hate in her eyes. You know, she, you know, when, you know, saw Obama and Trump conversating. But I'm pretty sure that before they even sat down, they was conversating and behind the scenes. But we have so much emotional damage and trauma that, you know what I'm saying, we definitely going to be frustrated. Like, why is you talking to that person? Isn't that the enemy? It's like sleeping with the enemy, but talking to the enemy. When these young people are in school, they're in high school, they're in junior high school, you know what I'm saying? That was the look of a junior high school, you know, like they come into the auditorium in junior high school, and they like, why are you sitting next to them? You supposed to be sitting right up in here with us, yo. Why are you sitting next to them? Well, because it's the seating arrangements. Well, why you talk to them? Why you talk to them? You shouldn't be talking to them. Well, it's the proper thing to do. We sit next to each other. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that the world needs mental health and mental therapy, it's because we embrace so much negative energy inside of us that it spills out. And when it spills out, you don't have to say a word. It's in the eyes. And like I said, a lot of times people got to cover their eyes because everything is in your eyes. Your emotions shows through your eyes. Your reactions show through your eyes. So that's why you see so many hip hop artists, so many musicians with these super dark shades on. See, with these, you still can see my eyes. You know what I'm saying? You still can see my eyeballs. So it's in the eyes that you can tell and read their world. And when Kamala Harris stepped into that room, well, to be honest, I think the entire world let me do a quick timeout, to be honest. Why in the hell was Kamala Harris sitting with them anyway? When you think about it, why was Kamala Harris sitting up there anyway? When they normally do that, that's for presidents only. Let's really, you know, it's funny because I didn't really think about it until just now. But let me hold on. I'm gonna get to that point. I hate when I do that. But when Kamala Harris sat, you know, came into the room, all eyes was on her, and even her eyes was on these individuals. But when you really truly think about it, that was wicked of what they did because she had no business even sitting there. And for her like to be the last person for them to bring out, I thought, now I think about it, that was really rude and stupid. She should have been one of the first individuals to come out. She should have been sitting somewhere else because that's the seating plan for presidents, ex-presidents. She was not a president. She was a vice president. So when you see Bill Clinton, is Bill Clinton and his wife, Hillary, okay? Yes, Hillary did run for president, but she did not win. It was Bill Clinton, the president, his wife. Then you had, who was the next one? George Bush Jr. and his wife, Barbara. Then you had Barack Obama. But Michelle said, I ain't going out there, which was kind of rude and disrespectful, but she had her reasons that I don't know just yet why she didn't pop up and show up. But so you have Michelle Obama. And to be honest, it should have been a more talk and more conversation why Michelle didn't show up. What's going on? We need to have that conversation too. I would like to do a little investigation of why Michelle Obama chose not to come out with Barack Obama. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? What's really going on? Like I say, mental health, mental therapy is important right now because so many people, I don't care what age you are, what position, what payroll, a lot of people have a lot of things that's going on mentally. So you have Barack Obama. Then the next president after Barack Obama was Donald Trump. So you had Donald Trump and his wife sitting. And then the next president after Donald Trump is Joe Biden. So you had Joe Biden and his wife. That was supposed to be the last person to come out. Then they bring Kamala Harris and her husband out. For what reason did they do that? To even sit in that area? You know, I mean, I peeped it, but I really didn't think about it until I started talking in this live stream. For what reason did the vice president, Kamala Harris, have to come out last? That was actually a slap. And that was also a publicity stunt. Because the world wanted to see, they know that the people wanted to see Kamala Harris and how she was going to react. They wanted to see her reaction. And just like Hillary Clinton's reaction, that was very much disrespectful, the way I look at it. You know what I'm saying? That to me was not just disrespectful, but that was disrespectful to the presidents themselves. Why would Kamala Harris be sitting over here with all the ex-presidents? She was a vice president. Mike Pence was behind them. And most likely some other vice presidents maybe was behind the president. Kamala Harris was not a president. And so when you look at that, that's why people be having so much trauma and mental health issues, because the job be doing a certain type of pressure, the media be doing certain type of pressures. If you want to look on lower level, your school do certain type of pressure. When you look at your community, your hood do certain type of pressures. You know, we have peer pressure. It's pressure on all levels. And for what reason did they do that to Kamala Harris? And honestly, I would like someone to get that interview of and asking her about the Jimmy Carter seating and how does she feel about the seating plan and why did they have her come out? I mean, that's an exclusive. Why was you the last person to come out? And why did they have you seated where they seat the presidents? Because if we was to go back, I wish I had my iPad, but it's not working at the second. I wish that I can go back and go to when George Bush Sr. passed away. When George Bush Sr. passed away and Donald Trump entered the room. He was the president at that time, and he entered the room, and he was one of the last presidents to sit with all the other presidents. I would like to go back and look and see if you see any of the vice presidents sitting where all the presidents were sitting. But see, we cause mental drama to ourselves. We cause, I say drama, but it's trauma. We cause mental drama slash trauma to ourselves because we like publicity stunts. We like to brutally attack each other, either with words or with actions. Silent actions is powerful. And that was a silent uppercut. There was no reason for her to be sitting there. She should have been where Mike Pence, she should have been sitting next to Mike Pence, which would have been directly pretty much behind Donald Trump. Understand? But to bring her out last and have her sit in front of Donald Trump, no, that wasn't her position. That wasn't her place to be sitting. And I don't think no one's even really truly addressing that situation. But you got Don M, the FDMG boogeyman, who see these things. You know what I'm saying? I see through the eyes and the lens. Now, like I say, you can see through the eyes and you can see the world through the eyes. And these shades, they cover my eyes a little better. You know what I'm saying? So I think this year I'm gonna wear my shades much more. You know, I'm gonna cover my eyes because I'm not gonna allow too many people to see and read my eyes. Okay. We have ZJKC, and they took away one of their comments. You know, you could have left it up there. We got Donna K in the house, maybe because she is in the current administration. There's no maybe. Like I said, Donna, do me one solid. Go back and look at go back and look at George Bush Sr.'s his rest in peace ceremony, and go back and tell me, do you see any of the vice presidents sitting with the presidents in the front? And not only sitting with the presidents in the front, but come out last after all the presidents. Could you go back and just Google that? Because I can't do it because I don't have my iPad right now. But that's very important, folks, because think about it. She says maybe, keyword maybe, because she is in the current administration. Do you really want to get in what is customary? Do you really want to get in what is customary? I just wanted to go back and see, you know, the seating, because I know for a fact, because even I think when Ronald Reagan died, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. It's always the same thing. It's the presidents, and the last president who's sitting is in office, he comes out last. Why did they bring Kamala Harris out to sit with the presidents? And I want to go into mental health and trauma, but right now I'm kind of stuck on that. I don't understand that. Do you really, you know what I'm saying? I really don't want to, I don't understand that. Rick, what's up, Ricky? Thanks for the tap in. You know, everybody want to tap in, you know what I'm saying? You can come say what's up. Jimmy love big women.
No, fully charged battery, fully charged.
My battery
unplugged charger.
You know, she says it's customary for flags to fly half staff for 39 days. Why not 40 days? You know what I'm saying? Who's changing that? I don't know nothing about, I mean, I'm not focusing on those flags. I thought, okay, yeah, 30 days. When you said 39, I was like, it should be an even number. Oh, yeah, so 30 days. But I really want to stay focused on the seating. So Donna, do me that one little favor, or somebody who can do that. I know, don't worry about that. But I just want to know, why did they bring Kamala Harris out, knowing that Kamala Harris is already going through a mental health crisis? See, you guys are not paying attention to what I'm saying. They know that she's stressed out. They know that that really bothered her, that she lost. She really, in her whole campaign, really thought they had a sure victory. The Democrats really thought that they had a victory after they, at the very beginning when they attacked Donald Trump, they got him on those charges, they got him indicted. You know what I'm saying? When they had got those cuffs on him, when the media was tearing a hole on him, Donald Trump stood firm mentally. He was like, deuces, I'm out of jail, I'm going to my rally. Deuces, I'm out of court, I'm going to my rally. Deuces, I'm going over here. They was not breaking that man. Whatever they tried to do, they did not break that man. But when Kamala Harris came into office, I mean, not office, but when she came into the position after they put Biden up there, knowing that Biden should not have been running. Biden should not have been running at all. But because they allowed him to shoot his own self, and assassinate his own character by going out there and fumbling and stumbling and he hurt himself with that debate. That was mental trauma because they knew that he wasn't supposed to, but they was like, all right, Joe, you want to do it? We got you. We're going to let you embarrass yourself. Ha, ha, he, ho, ho. And so they put him out there and they sat back like little demons and they said, oh, well. And we all seen the script. We already knew that that was it for him. And so then here come Kamala. And so Kamala Harris steps up. And like I say, they really thought that they destroyed Trump enough that Kamala Harris can get that women's movement to come in and smack him all across the table and it'll be women power. And she can get that wave of women and that black women power. Like I say, trauma, we got to go to how we paint the picture of mental health trauma. And so billions of dollars raised quickly. She knew she was supposed to get that. She was paying people. You know how many people I came across who was canvassers and how much money they was making just canvassing, trying to register people to vote. But we know that they wasn't registering people to vote as Republicans. There was thousands of people in the black communities registering people to vote, and they was also pushing for Kamala. So she really thought that she had the wave from heavens just to lose. So mentally, she was screwed up in the head, like, what the hell, I lost. Kamala Harris should have came out with some designer shades on. Kamala Harris should have came out with some shades. She should have came out with her shades on when she came out there. When she came out there, she should have had shades on so nobody could see her eyes. That's what shades are for, to shade your eyes. And she should have came out there with shades on. She said, this is not personal. You will see how things are going to change. Oh, what'd you say? So far, all that's coming up is the Carter funeral. No, go to George Bush Sr.'s funeral, or George Bush Sr.'s memorial service. Because remember, Donald Trump came in last, and everybody couldn't wait to see how Donald Trump, responded to not George, but or Barack Obama. Or Barack Obama responded to George, because that was a seat plan. She says she doesn't need to hide. No, I think she did need to hide the facials because she needed those big glasses, those big beetle glasses, those dark black ones, because they set her up. It's not about hiding. They set her up. There was no reason for her not to be sitting next to Michael Pence. I mean, this is not even attacking. This is me like really saying, yo, why did they do that? That was very off the wall and totally disrespectful. But like I say, it's all the mess with the mental psyche. That was crazy. She said I was asking the general question about seating. Yeah, so just go and oh wait, so when you went to Google, you asked a general question about what was the seating, and this one that came up because this is a hot one right here, and I'm really bringing it to you guys' attention that look, there was no reason for them to do that except for to humiliate, embarrass, and also get that was for cameras and that was for the media. the media to really go in, because that there was no reason for her to be sitting where the president sat. And because they, because Trump is a felon, like going back to what I'm saying, they really thought that that Kamala Harris was going to win. And so when she lost, it was devastating. She was devastated. She's going to be devastated January 20th. January 20th, I think she might do the Michelle Obama. She's going to be a no-show. Okay? She's going to be a no-show. She's going to be a true no-show. Let me turn off my heat. Hold on, folks. On January 20th, and folks, I'm not even gonna lie, this thumbnail was not my thumbnail of choice. It's just that when I was scrolling through, I saw this popped up on my screen. It was that image, and I said, "That's the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail," because the way everyone was looking, you had Barbara Bush, she had the Joker smirk. She couldn't even hold it in. She had the Joker smirk because, like I said, it seemed like everyone knew, except for Kamala, what was going on. The way Barack Obama was staring at her, it was like everybody was staring at her like they all knew something. And let's go back to the way the elites operate. If we want to talk Illuminati talk, they do various things. So this is normal for them. And it's like they all knew something. And she had to go with the whole flow. And it was humiliating. She had the humiliated. That was like a moment of embarrassment for her, that they knew that they was doing. It was a setup to me. I find something about the president's setup, what is to happen ahead of their passing. What's that? I did find something about the president's setup, what is to happen ahead of their, and what's that? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you can go and somebody check and see the the George Bush Senior's memorial service, and just get a glimpse of how they had the people sitting. Did you see any vice presidents sitting with the presidents? And did you see any of the vice presidents come out after the presidents and sit in the head of the state seat? That was, like I say, a humiliation for the cameras, because they knew that media, they knew that the press, they need a story. Okay, Jimmy Carter's dead, but the real story is how the reaction of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. That was the biggest part, and that's the mental health that we're going to talk about. How we each other, like I say, from school. It starts in school. Donna, Donna. I feel so bad for all you ladies. I actually am. Donald Trump, he opened up the door right now for the greatest opportunity ever. Okay? Because as a man who has a felony, he can run for office now, because Donald Trump opened that door for people who have felonies on their records. So I'm not going to be flipping on that. I'm actually going to celebrate that. I'm celebrating that. Because now if you have a felony charge on your record, that will not stop you. That cannot prevent you from running for office. Thanks to Donald Trump. He opened up a new lane. So y'all got to think a little bit bigger now. You know what I'm saying? It's really what it is. Because a lot of people, they be like, yo, now I got a criminal record, man. And they be like, yo, you a community activist. We understand you did 10 years in jail. You reformed yourself. You know, you're doing great things in the community. People need to know about you. And, you know, you really fighting for this and you fighting for that. And they really working diligently. And they deserve to be city councilmen. They deserve to run for state senator. They deserve to be the mayor of their state. They deserve to be the governor. They have more power in their communities than any of these city councilmen, council persons. They have more power in their community than any of these judges and any of these lawyers or any of these police officers. But they have a felony on their record. Do you understand what a felony on your record was like in the 90s? Oh, you can't get this job. Working where? At Walmart because I have a felony? Damn, man. So I'm already discouraged. So how many guys did not fill out applications because they was felons? Understand? Mental trauma. How many guys had to resort to going back to the street hustle because they have felony charges and they was in the mindset like, I cannot get this job because I have 2 felonies. But you qualified. Just apply. And it's their girlfriend saying, just qualify, just go, you know, just apply, just apply. And you know what happened? They didn't want to run. They didn't want to go for the job. They chose not to go for the job because why? They had a felony. So now you have this dude, Donald Trump, who had so many charges, a felon now, and he's about to be inaugurated January 20th. That now says to so many men, especially black men, it's like, yo, just because you have a felony on your record, do not dismiss you from being able to get this IT job, from being able to get this managerial job, from not to be able to get this post office job, just because you have a felony charge. And all felons now can come together, just like all LGBT people come together and they fight for this and they fight for that. Now felons can do their own march and their own rally and say, we have to stop discriminating against felons. And throughout the whole presidential campaign of Donald Trump, I think that felons, people who have felony charges, should now come out and say, you cannot discriminate against us. We should be able to get qualified. We should be able to qualify for these jobs. We paid our debt. We served our time. We need this check. I need to provide for my family. So he opened up a different door. And if we can't see how sometimes people are put in these positions to open up the blessings for others, you know what I'm saying? That's because we just trying to hold on to our emotional feelings and our emotional hate, which is all part of the healing that we need. That's why I'd say that Donald Trump is actually being put in a position right now where he can really make a change for the better if it's presented to him. He's being used. And that's what I want us to understand. He's being used, and it's us who's going to shoot arrows at him for him to slide the wrong way, or it's us for us to send hearts to him for him to wake up and do the right thing. So let me just go back to you folks. Zal on the check-in. What's up, Zal? How you do? Hi, what's good? We got Donna. She said yes about something. He took us back 50 years. Explain that. When you say he took us back 50 years, explain that, Donna. Let's see if that works. I believe it can work. Whatever I said, don't count your chickens. Well, they're going to hatch. We might eat the chickens. You feel me? She said, don't count the chickens. We're going to eat them. Don, there's a big difference. You were talking about the president. With the president having a felony charge, you know what I'm saying? The bottom line is, like I say, if we rally around this whole Donald Trump campaign and him becoming president with a felony charge. As a felon, we can get victories for a lot of people who has felony charges, but they qualify for jobs so that they don't go back to their old lifestyle. So they can move forward. You know what I'm saying? This can be used for something positive. You know what I'm saying? That is not going to change. You think that's what you think that's what it means, but nothing's going to change. Not going to happen. Yes, that sounds fair, but not going to happen. See, that's what I'm saying. Whatever I was talking about, it sounds fair, but you got to remember, as you guys are sitting here looking at me, I want y'all all to know that I call myself Hood President. I have so many arrests. I've been arrested so many stupid times. I have so many charges. I have about like, and it's like at an older age, and it's so annoying. Like, damn, yo, this is crazy. Charge after charge after charge for all stupid stuff. And so what I'm saying is this: we now are in a position where we have a role model. Not, when I say role model, I don't mean it like that, but we have a model that we can use as the blueprint to get through these doors now. You guys won't see it because you might not be in that situation, but for anybody who has a son, a daughter, an auntie, an uncle, a mother, a father who's ever been arrested, and they sit back and they use the excuse, well, I can't get this job because I have a record. I can't get this because I'm a two-time felon. I can't get this because I have a felony charge. As long as you don't have no cases where you was touching and dealing with children and you know or a pedophile or child molester or anything like that, rapist, with things like that, as long as you don't have charges on that level, selling drugs. Okay, well, you could be a CEO of some kind of pharmaceutical company. You could be a CEO of some type of managerial company. Don't let now we can't use that as like I say, it's mental health. Now it opens the door for so many folks to be like, no, yes, I can. But I'm just going back to the seating. Did anybody see? I don't want to get too far. Has anybody seen how they had not Ronald Reagan, George Bush Senior's seating plan? You had Bill Clinton, you had Barack Obama, and then because Barack Obama was like the last president at the time, and then Donald Trump, and he was sitting there. Where was Joe Biden sitting? Where was Joe Biden sitting? Was he sitting like exactly where Michael Pence was sitting? Nothing he's going to do will help the average person, only the rich. Yo, when y'all come here to Don M, the FDMG Boogeyman's platform and channel, always know that I'm taking the needle and putting it in your arm. I'm giving you the jab of energy. I'm giving you the jab of power. I'm giving you the jab of a superhero. I'm putting in your minds a different mindset. Because as long as you think in a weak mindset, you're going to create a weak setting. But once you uplift your mindset from that weak, dark, closed-minded set, That's why I say mental health. You will realize that you are the solutions. So when I say that, Donna, I'm saying that we are the solutions. It's not about what nothing he's going to do. It's what are we going to do to make him focus on the average person. I'm gonna say that again. It's not about nothing he's going to do will help the average person. Only the rich will benefit. I'm saying what are the average people going to do to make him focus on the average person to benefit us? And that's why you tuned into Don M, the FDMG Boogeyman. I'm not coming as a complainer. I'm coming as the lay the complaint down to become the solution. Here, what's the complaint? What's the problem? Okay, what's our solution? The solution is for us to rise up to the occasion, not to sit back and be like, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? No, we have to put forth the plan for these individuals. We have to be the voices for us. We can't sit back and keep waiting on something to happen, because that's the reason why so many people is going stay in the closet about their issues, because no one's bringing it to them for them to be able to embrace. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to molestation, do you hear more about LGBT than molested victims hotlines and molested victims? If you've been a victim of child sexual abuse, you know, in your household, your family, and blah 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 blah. You understand? There's no major way for that. And then you have so many people that's so afraid to talk about these situations and come out the closet on these situations that is overshadowed by the alphabet crew, because they came out the closet. Once they came out the closet, they stomped in the yard firmly. And what happened with the Me Too? The Me Too came, and the Me Too was like a fad. It faded away because the people didn't stand on it, because they took it to the wrong direction. They just used it as the grab it by the coochie. Understand? That was just what that whole thing was about. But it wasn't really about focusing on the victims. Then you have Ali Carter coming out now, and she's going as hard as she can, and people's out here trying to demonize her. But where are the children? Let's talk about the children. Let's talk about the victims. Let's uplift the victims. Let's uplift the average people. Let's uplift the poor people. Let's uplift us. We know the norm, because the norm, these rich people don't play. They not getting benefits just because they sitting back doing nothing. They getting benefits because they sending their attack dogs, and they sending their lawyers. They writing letters, they making phone calls. While the average people and the poor people and the lower class people is sitting back watching what they gonna do. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't thinking about us. Man, you know these politicians. What they gonna do? Flick. I'm watching sports. Ooh, the Phillies. Ooh, the Eagles. Ooh, the Giants. Ooh, the Cowboys. Ooh. Oh, here come a news briefing. That nigga ain't gonna do nothing for us. Man, nah, man, he ain't doing nothing for us. He don't care nothing about us. How much do you care about yourself? Maybe if we had more people to operate like on the lower level, to operate like the rich do, we would get more satisfaction. And that's why I'm saying, as hood president, we need to focus on that. And it starts off with understanding the trauma that we go through, the mental health. He got Robert F. Kennedy Jr. a position in his cabinet for mental health. He heard his situation. He knew that, Robert Kennedy lost his uncle and lost his father due to gun violence. And who was there to help heal him? We don't know. See, that's a deep question right there. Who was there helping heal the Kennedy family of their trauma, their mental drama, their mental health? And so when this dude Trump really sat and listened to him, he says, I'm going to break the story out for you. I'm going to open this case up for you because mental health is a serious situation. And not only I'm going to do that, you don't have a chance to beat me, but I'm allow you to team up with me and you be the head of Make America Healthy Again. Respect. What, we going to demonize that? I can't demonize it, yo. I say now, okay, so being that you playing card tricks, okay, you putting cards on the table, okay. So what about us? It's not about what about us. It's okay, this is what we need. Put it on the table. This is what we need. Put it on the table. This is what we need. Put it on the table. This is what we need. Put it on the table. Not sit back and say, what you going to do for us? You going to just focus on the rich? No, 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 no. Nothing he's going to do will help the average person. Let me continue. Women's rights. Oh my God, my keyboard. It's all right. I would never support him. I don't know why not, but I'm not saying support. I'm saying if you focus on yourselves, you will now realize that for you to get what you need, you have to put some things on the table. And that means not supporting. That means that you are representing your country. He's the representative for your country. You're going to represent and you're going to put your hood legislation on the table. That's not supporting him. It's supporting your fellow citizens. And once we understand that and get the name Trump out the mindset, it all boils down to how can we use Trump as put him on the hook or the fishing rod and throw him in the big ocean, the big swamp, and use him as the bait to bring in the big 5 fish that's going to feed thousands of people so we all can break bread. Once we can understand that, overstand that, then we can get everything that we need on the inside. He's put in this place and position to do so. And once we can comprehend that, we got a victory. But as long as we can stay, as long as you stay in the mental health and mental state, the mental state of thinking that he's your enemy, you're going to fail to realize that you are your own enemy. Because the hatred that you have for a wealthy person. It's like so crazy because I think getting wealthy is one of the worst things that you can do in this country. To become, unless you're a woman. If you're a man, you get wealthy, you're going to be demonized. White, black, Indian, Asian, Spanish. As long as you're a man and you get wealthy and you get rich, you will be demonized. But a woman, oh no, like a Kim Kardashian, she got wealthy as being a whore. Her sisters piggybacked off of that. And they be idolized. No one's out there really correcting them on their movements and actions and things like that. Oprah, Beyonce, Rihanna. These women be on stage like they straight up strippers, singing and passing down spells to the young girls to go out there to the world and walk the streets like hookers. But they be praised. They call queens, princess. They get idolized and put on pedestals. But you as a man, you get rich, everybody's can't wait to dethrone you, to cut you down, to take away your resources. And that's the problem where we at. Man is truly hated. I'm sorry, Don. I don't know what you're saying. I would never support them. People make mistakes. Try it. I don't know. Go to a place of business. Let me see. Go to a place of business that does not allow felons. See if you get a job. See if that is still a question on the application. Well, now with this whole Trump thing, maybe they need to it still should be on there for certain charges. Yeah, I mean, shit, certain charges, but not for a reason. For example, I would have a felony charge for driving with a suspended license. It's no longer misdemeanor now; it's a felony charge because I got arrested too many times for driving with suspended license, and now I'm a convicted felon. You understand what I'm saying? So then they come and they ask you, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Like, yes. And you know, it's like, yes. And there's no like, what type of felony is, no, it's not like what type. It's just like, yes or no. There's no explain what's your charge. It's just yes or no. Once you put yes, that's it. But no, do you know the tax cuts he implemented his first term? He added $7 trillion to the national debt and raised taxes for the middle class. I see you think he cares about us. I'm gonna tell you like this. He care about America and Americans. Once we separate ourselves from that part, then that's when we start becoming confused. How many people give a flying fluke about America and Americans? Because if you did, you'd be tight about all these immigrants coming in the way they coming in and flooding the communities as they flood and then taking the resources. I mean, if you really cared about America and Americans. All things serious. I see you. Thanks. Okay, I got you. Therapy. There we go. Therapy is important. Thanks, all things serious, for getting us back on track because that's the overall bigger picture. Therapy. I think that because all the tech now, thanks for getting me back, all things serious, yo, because I'm really going somewhere, and I'm gonna be mean right now. This is why I did not want a female to become president because the emotions of the female on in life itself is too emotional and it would distract us and detract and take us everywhere else except for straight ahead on the focus road. So I think that this man, with all his life of the things that he went through, the pitfalls, the ridiculing, the arrows. I'm talking about when he was just Donald Trump, the multimillionaire. When he was Donald Trump, Ivania, you know, with Ivania, whatever her name is, the first wife. You know what I'm saying? Just all that he was going through way back then, leading up to right now. He can be a major billboard for mental health. But people don't think about that because he's rich or he don't need no the tax that he got when he was in school and there's no telling what type of, and I paid attention to what he said back then. He was never really truly liked. Understand? He was never really truly respected. He was respected, but not really truly respected. That's why he do so many rallies because it's the love that he was obtaining from these rallies. So I'm saying that he, as a president, is one of the most perfect candidates and a rich person to implement not mental health day, but mental health for all. Every single human being needs a therapist. Therapy, mental therapy, if you, this is the field to get into right now. Major, major opportunity right now. And I believe that if we, the people, will listen to my words, I wish I had a megaphone that the world can hear. Like if I can be introduced just like the lotto numbers. The world needs to hear that we must, it's mandatory that the world has a certain amount of hours of mental therapy. And if you get now watch this, and if you go through the course, the mental health course, you will be rewarded some funds as an incentive. You would get fun. They this experiment, and this is to stop and heal the violence of the country, of the world. How can we heal the world of violence, wars, famine, depression? Everyone must be mandated at least. Let's quickly do the math. Let's say 2 hours a week for every week. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8. 8 times 12. That's 96. Okay, 96 hours. Let's say 100 hours of therapy a year, and you get $1,000. Every person who completes that will get $1,000 at the end of the year. First year, it's a success. The second year, more of a success. The third year, it's like, we got 60% of the world really doing it because they believe, now you get a check. Increase the money. Because now you can start you can start cutting from your military. You can start cutting from your weapons of mass destruction. You can start cutting from a lot of programs and now putting towards mental health and therapy to give them $1,200 the next year, $1,500 the next year, $2,000 the next year. Okay? Hood president's talking. I'm not talking from a peon level. You never heard anything I'm saying, period. Because people don't open up their glands the way I do. They don't open up the glands because they keep them closed. Their glands are closed. Their mind is closed. They have a closed mind. And closed-minded people think narrowly. But when you actually take time out to open up these glands in your mind, in your brain, it allows you to become like a Professor X, X-Men, to be able to control and focus on things more. It's just that we live in a spiritual warfare, so now you would be bombarded with other things that's hurting you from you to be able to have your mind open. So you're being attacked. Because once you actually open up your mind, we all can get on one accord. And that's the change that we need, getting on one accord. So all things serious, therapy is so important, dude. Everything, therapy is so important. Let me get down a little bit. I know I know that especially Donna has some things to say. I'm so sorry. There are stories about sexual abuse. A 10-year-old little girl was raped by her father and became Trump. And because Trump changed Roe versus Wade, this 10-year-old could not get medical help in her state. In Africa, I'm pretty sure that happens like in Mexico and in Guatemala and all over the world. I'm pretty sure that happens like ridiculous. The incest and the molestation and the sexual abuse and all that. That's such a norm at this point that that's more reason why we need the mental therapy. See, we know there's issues that occur in the world. Okay, hear what I'm saying, yo, because to be strong means to be strong, and I can't take that and be like, oh, you're right. I can't do that. I say that that's more reason why we need mental therapy. So we can get to the root of why these fathers are raping and molesting their daughters and children. Okay, back in 2010, it was one of these years, 2006, some one of these years, it was a long time ago. I was making some flyers, and the dude who was making my flyers, he had the news on, and this guy, he raped his 2-year-old daughter. What? We need a manhunt. We need to find him because he was on the run. We need a manhunt. We need to find him. We need to execute him. Simple. First, we find out why you did it, but you're still getting executed. Period. There's no sitting in jail. You just get executed. Kill this dude. But first, let's find out so we can understand what's going on. So now that was 20, damn near 15 years ago. Now I'm saying at this point, we need mental health therapy across the board. Because still, that was 15, 20 years, that was 15 years ago. So 15 years later, we have the 10-year-old little girl raped by her father. It's always going to happen. But once we start having this certain level of mental therapy on a grander scale, it's going to help take the devil out of these bastards. Take the evil out of these people. And that's what we need the mental therapy for. Pay the people to get mental health. To pay the people. Cut the money from here, put it to mental health, give it to make America healthy again. They need a budget, and he needs to hear this. Robert Kennedy needs to hear this and implement this. But as long as we stay focused on, and don't get mad at me, as long as we stay focused on the little dots, the little pixels, we won't understand the grander picture. And that's what I want you to understand, Donna. That 10-year-old was a pixel. There's the 2-year-old, she was a pixel to a bigger picture. And we got to understand this picture of why the molestation really takes place. That's why the mental health is so important to stay focused on and not keep sidetracking on the little pixels. And even though the little pixels are traumatizing, it's still a little pixel. It sounds harsh. Running a country is not easy. Making decisions is not easy. But as long as we focus on the littlest things, and even though the little things make the big things, that's what I'm saying. That's the little pixels that we have all across the board got the picture. This is the picture. And the overall picture is why do they do these things? Looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at my wall. My wall here. I'm showing my wall. See these little holes in the wall? See the little holes all in the wall right there? Why the hell did whoever was living here do that? But these are little holes in a major wall. They're part of the wall. But this is now, it's like, why the hell you do that? These little pixels. So that 10-year-old, she's a pixel. I'm trying to just do something. So I got you, I understand. But as leaders, we cannot stay so formatted on the little pixels. We got to see what these pixels develop. These pixels are all across the board. How many cases we have? Now we need therapy on this. He surrounded himself with billionaires. Well, that's great. That's really great that he did, because we have Elon, who's an African, a Caucasian African slash American. We have Ramaswamy Vivek, who's an Indian American billionaire. So he got, now you got the white billionaire Donald Trump, you got Elon Musk, the white African American billionaire, and then you got Vivek Ramaswamy, the Indian. So those are three different perspectives of billionaires. That if we the people, we the commoners, we the low level, the average people, the lower level people, the poor people, whatever way you want to, whatever tier you want to fall in place of, that's not rich and not billionaire. If we come up with something for them and their initiatives to make this country great, they, as the billionaires, could say, yo, this is brilliant. They, as the billionaires, the shot callers who's in power, be like, yo, why do we think of this? This is brilliant. Let's implement this. This is going to make us look great. So it's only great that we have the first time a real cabinet of powerful people that we know that, one, they can destroy us at any given second now. So we got to be on point. And two, we got to be on point so we can protect ourselves. And by being on point means that we're not sitting there like this. We in trouble now. Yo, what we gonna do? Oh, what no dag, man. No, now we have to be like this. Our legislation. This is what we need for this. This is what we need for that. This, we got this plan. We got this project right here. These are ideas. What you gonna do about it? We have to be diligent now. And if we're not being diligent, we being foolish, and we setting ourselves up for failure. If we like this, I ain't supporting them. I'm gonna wait another 4 years. I'm gonna wait 3 years to see who the Democrats gonna put out, and then I'm gonna vote for them, and we gonna get them up out the policy. We gonna get them out the office. You don't have 3 years to wait. The time is now to operate. The time now is to make them become your puppet. Can you imagine having billionaires represent you and they your puppets? Whatever you need, Miss Donna, whatever you need, you a brilliant woman. You're a brilliant woman. Not what we gonna do. This is pathetic. And we raising up our children to be like this, pathetic. That's why we have a nation of pathetic ass people roaming the streets, walking the streets, going into buildings, going to schools, taking up these teachers' time with nothing to give to the student, to the school, nothing to give back to the school, nothing for the school to push forward and represent. Not enough, maybe one or two, but not enough out of 700 kids, 1,000 kids, 500 kids. We got, because we raising them to be pathetic. To be like, yo, can I get $1? Yo, can I get 50 cents? Yo, always looking for a handout. But we're not putting something in their hands and putting something in their minds and say, yo, get to work. Because they looking at us and we sitting there with the kids, with the grandchildren. Oh, I ain't supporting him. Oh, he don't care nothing about us. Oh, and so they listening. You're right. Fuck politics. And that's what went on for like the last 25, 30 years. Do you think they understand I don't know who you talk about today, but yes, I think they understand. If you talk about these billionaires, I know they understand. If you, yeah. Oh my God, are you serious? Yeah. Kennedy, whatever I was saying, yes. Make America, what's that shit? Healthy? What's it? What, make Maha? The Maha? Yes. Because I'm serious in what I'm saying because this is what I'm thinking. This ain't like someone else's thoughts. This is my thoughts, me opening my glands and my mind, my head, and saying, yo, the only way we can fix a situation is having solutions and getting the solutions in the hands and minds of these people to get into the hearts of these people to finesse the shit. But as long as we sitting there like with the pathetic look, oh man, I wish Kamala would have won because she would have made it legal for abortion to take place. And the other day I was walking down the block and this girl was talking on the phone, and she's talking loud, so I'm not even eavesdropping. I'm just have to listen because I can't walk that fast. You know what I'm saying? She's younger, so she's walking the pace of me, and she's talking about the guy that she's dealing with, and the guy's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or whatever the case may be is hitting him up and asking him this and that. And she's sitting back like, well, I don't care nothing about none of that. And then she's talking about, and then pregnancy, and the guy said he don't want it, he don't want the baby. And she's like, well, shit, if he don't want the baby, what I need to keep the baby for? I'm getting rid of it. So Kamala Harris would have really had the young women truly aborting children, not because of them being molested, but just because they have a right to. And there would have been much, 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 much more abortions just because, shit, it's like a fad. I got the right to get abortion. You ain't stopping me. I got my money. Take this shit up out of me. It'll be many more abortions because of that, as opposed to molestation and rapes and cases like that. Trust me. It's just because I have the right to get rid of this little bastard up in me. I ain't want this shit. I just wanted the good sex I was getting. This nigga, you should have wore a condom. That's the reason why the abortion rate is up, because as long as you make it okay, they think it's a fad. I came across a young girl. She said she had about like 20 abortions. Like, you lying. You're lying. I don't believe you. So don't think that the pity is just going to rock out, because there's still other cases out there of people just getting rid of it because it's going to hurt my career. I'm not ready yet. It happened too fast. He don't want a relationship. This ain't the type of, this ain't my type. I don't see myself getting married, so I'm getting rid of him, getting rid of him, getting rid of him. And this happens more frequently than any other case. That's going back to why I say the world needs therapy. We need sexual, mental therapy. We need economical justice therapy. We need racial therapy. We need educational therapy. We need therapy on all levels. We need moral therapy. All things serious. We haven't focused on mental health in years. In years. And that's what I'm saying right now with this cat coming in office, this dude right here, whether you like him or not, we, the people, need for him to implement what I said. A mental health therapy course, about 100 hours throughout the whole year, you get a refund check for $1,000. The first year, the second year, you get $1,200 to $1,500. You get the max if you complete all hours. The third year of his term, Okay, the third year of his term, you get 1750. The fourth year of his term, you get 2000 just for getting mental health. And in the next 4 years, if it went from 30% of the nation to about 70% of the nation is all was part of that program, you would see that violence would decrease. You would see that sexual abuse would decrease. You would see that abortions will decrease. You would see that families would start rising. You would see that more marriages will take place. You would see that children are being raised in two households. And that's called success. But as long as we sitting there like, I'm not supporting him. He's a felon. He's a felon. Him is a felon. He's a felon. He's a felon. All you're doing is casting negative spells that will allow us to go nowhere except for backwards. But for us to move forward, we must focus on mental health, like my man All Things Serious say. We will have more diseases with him at the head of our health organization. Who Kennedy? Explain that, Donna. I'm just scrolling down. She says, Donna K says, we will have more diseases with him at the head of our health organizations. And why is that? We as citizens can only go so far. He's a liar. You talk about Trump or you talk about Ronald? Well, it sounds like you talk about Trump, but lie about what? Proven. He's my enemy. I see through him. His money has nothing to do with his sickening behavior. And for those folks who don't know, I gave Donna a moderator stick because I love the conversating, and also know that she is a Caucasian lady, a Caucasian mature lady. She's not no young girl. She's been around long enough. She's been married longer than many people been living. Okay, she's been married longer than many people been living. I don't watch them, nor do I even know their names. Not for me. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't get down and scroll down enough because I don't know what you was responding to. I know I'm saying a lot, so she's responsive. I like that. You must realize I'm from a different like I said, bam. You must realize I'm from a different generation. There are always levels. No, he does not. He has you fooled. No, I'm not fooled. I'm the rebel behind the door. I'm the rebel. Like I say, it's either we do something or we don't, but we still gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to respond. So like I say, it's either they hear, like she says, they're gonna give us more diseases, they're gonna have more wars, or we dead, we doomed. So then good, now we can destroy. Understand what I'm saying? Let's destroy this shit. He's the best person to be in office because the respect of a rebellion, the militia that rise up, they would be supported. If the militia decides that we're going to rise up and we're going to, you know what I'm saying, take out the president or take out the government or take out blah, 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 Z, we would be fully supported. So it's a win-win situation. So I say first, before we have to destroy, we heal. And we heal with therapy. We heal with understanding. We heal with knowing what our situation, our problems are. And we use our minds and we put it down and we say, yo, these are our issues. These are our issues. These are different issues. This is an issue. See, you got the paper clip on it. This is an issue. Different issues. These are issues. And this is an issue. And we need to resolve these issues. And once it's not being focused on, and we see that the first year there's a major increase in diseases and wars and destruction, then we prepare for war. Real simple. And this would be the perfect president that the world will be like, oh yeah, we could do that. And the only reason why I say he's the perfect president because he has so many people that just want to go against him. No, I'm not fooled. There was a bipartisan bill in the House that Trump told them to stop. So you think he cares about America? No, he thinks of how it looks for him. What was a bipartisan bill? I'm not emotional. I'm giving you facts. What was the bipartisan bill? And you had said something earlier. Uh, you said several things. What you said something about more diseases. What diseases? Yeah. What will we will have more diseases? Why would we have more diseases? All right. Why would we have more diseases? And what's the bipartisan bill that in the House that Trump told them to stop? I need to know so I can comment on it. I'm not emotional. Mental therapy needed by the TDS crew. Yo, Jim K, thanks for tapping in. Uh, a lot of times I'll be like real ignorant on a lot of things. What's the TDS crew? So, what's the TDS crew, please? Trump, please help tell me what the TDS crew is so I can, respond to that. I'll be retarded sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I'll be retarded. Yeah, lots of facts. He doesn't see anything wrong with his mental health. No, honestly, it's not that he needs to see anything wrong with his mental health, but he has some things that he needs out. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be, he would be the first person he can use himself. He'd be like, I'm not, he would tell you, oh, he's not perfect. I'm pretty sure that if we got this to him, he would be the first to admit, well, none of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. I go through things I have to deal with. I'll have 2 divorces. That was traumatizing. I had so many lawsuits and bankruptcy, and I went through a lot. Even going through the trials, you know what I'm saying? No, he will open up and he will speak. He will open up and he'll speak, especially when he see this as a grand opportunity to stand. You understand? He would stand up for it. I know he would. He would see it as a window of opportunity. Assess your own mental health before trying to help anyone else. So Jim K, I don't know if you just coming in or if you was already here. Like I say, I truly believe that for us to start healing the world, I believe that we should have 96 to 100 hours of therapy. It's like 2 hours a week, 4 weeks, that's 8 weeks, 8 hours a month, and for 12 months. And if you complete these courses, you get a bonus. You get a stipend of $1,000 the first year. The second year you go up 1,250 to 1,500. The next year 1,500 to 2,000. The year after 2,000 to 2,500. All within that, so we can keep getting more people to participate. So we can have a database of understanding the minds of the people, and then the therapy and their jobs is really to help heal us to a point where we actually stop violence. We slow down on the murders, the rapes, the abuse, the verbal abuse, the economic abuse, the racism. All these things of trauma will start decreasing. And I'm gonna say like this, Jim, assess your own mental health before trying to help anyone else. This is us assessing our own mental health by getting the therapy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm saying? And that's real because like something like everything Sirius says, I think that's his name. Um Let me say his name right. Don't want to mess up his name, my bad. All things serious. The world has not focused on mental health in so long on this level. And so we do need that. And if we don't focus on mental health, we're going to emotionally destroy ourselves. All right. Are you saying to fund the? Am I saying hells to the yes? Hells to the yes. Defund. We must defund this military. I was saying I used to go out when George Bush Jr. was president. I was living in New York City. Damn it! I don't have my pen because I lost everything in the fire. But the military receives trillions of dollars for murder. The military, not protection, for destruction and murder, and to aid other countries to do dirty work. It's not, there's no real protection. It's just straight dirty work. And that's why I say, so if we just had a world mental health course where we can stop a lot of the evil amongst us because we're talking about it. We understanding it. We have a database of how the people feel, how the government feel, from all angles. We don't need so much military funding because military funding means death. So we don't need to keep aiding and funding and funding and funding and funding and funding death. Where these old ass niggas who's 68, 72, 84, whose generals are still getting paid and they ain't even going to pick up a gun and but they getting checks. A lot of military funds is really going towards its ex people to keep them stable in life, to have a certain lifestyle. But they are not going to war. They are not frontlining. They are not using they ain't running no trenches. But they getting major checks. Nah. You see, go watch Iron Man. Keep understanding Iron Man. Iron Man built weapons for mass destruction. He sold weapons to governments. And that's why he was such a drunk. And that's why he was always really willing to die. Because he know what destruction he was part of doing. Iron Man. The story of Iron Man is very deep. A fictitious character, but which is a real character in life. There's billionaires like Elon Musk. He's the new Iron Man who make weapons, who make military stuff, who make whatever, who's into technology. We have more bullets than we have people in cars. We have more ammunition than we have people in cars. This is the United States. She was protected till he stopped it. Are you going back to that 10-year-old child? You do realize that Kennedy and Trump want to cut medical coverage, including mental health, which is even better now. Now it's even better to hear that. This is why we need to put this on the table in the proposal form and get it improvised. Yo, trust me when I tell you this. All this, what I'm saying, if we, the people, have representation, they would be like, and if they go against it, then we attack. We don't sit back and wait for them to cause more disease and cause more famine and make the people poor. We don't wait for that to happen. We put our shit on the table, like poker, we put our chips in, put all hands in, and say, now, we here to play. What's going on? And if they ain't willing to budge, then we have a militia and we say we ready to fight. Otherwise, we sitting like this, waiting for slavery to come back. waiting for us to have to be in our households again, on curfew again. And this time, if they implement that, you best believe there'll be much more people dead. There'll be much more people kidnapped, confiscated, thrown into whatever type of camps, used for whatever this and that, because we allowed it. But if we realize that, like you said, you do realize that Kennedy and Trump want to cut medical coverage, including mental health. I don't think so. I kind of disagree. I don't know. You probably know way more than me because I don't be paying attention on that level. I only like as me. I only pay attention to what comes in my database, and then I speak on it because I'm already at the finish line. I'm already saying, yo, why we not warring already? Why we not having a civil war already? I'm already. That's where I'm at because I'm not. I'm not the rich. I'm not the elite. I'm not the average. I'm not the middle class. I am the poor. So when I look at us on the ground as the poor, I say we need a revolution. I'm not holding on to shit. I'm not. I don't care about nothing of what you folks have. I represent a different class. So me personally, where this is at, it's like because I'm from a different and the different generation. I'm like f that. Let's shut it down, and that's that. Period. I'm not holding on to this. I'm not holding. I'm not worried about tax cuts. I'm really not. I'm not worried. I'm not focused on handouts. I'm not. I'm focused on what's right and what's wrong, and making the wrongs end and ending the wrongs and making the right shine. That's it. Everything else to me is uncivilized. It's still like waiting for what's going to happen. We can't wait for what's going to happen. We got to start making it happen. So once you stoop down and come down to these grounds, then you will understand what I'm really saying. I don't care nothing about middle class. I don't care nothing about average folks. I don't care nothing about elite. I don't care nothing about rich. I just know poor. And I know the poor is being stomped on and used and abused. And it has to come to an end. That's where I'm at. So when I'm talking about mental health, I'm saying for us not to go into another civil war. Understand now? For us not to have another civil war because we're not satisfied, we're not happy, we being starved out, we being disease infested, we being used as lab rats, we're being used, we're abused, and we now being outsourced. You got this Jewish nation who Rabbi Finkelstein says they done took an there's no more shekels here in this country, and now they're going to brown it up. They're going to mix up the breed. They got Indians coming in. They got Chinese people coming in, which you do see. And they're going to brown up the whole America because the white race don't matter no more. See, once you digest all that shit, you be like, whoa, what the huh? And we off to and he's like, and we off to other lands to do the same there. We control both sides of the wars. We take 300,000 of your children every day, and you eat them for McDonald's. You eat them for breakfast and lunch. When you hear shit like that, you be like, yo. When then you see Diddy situation, you be like, yo, what's really going on, folks? So where I'm at with it is like, y'all not, you don't, huh? What's your focus? Do you really see the bigger picture of all the pixels? Once the pixels come together, all the pixels really truly come together? That's why I say mentally, what mentals are we really operating on? We operating on a demonic system. The last 100 years of living, we've been programmed to think, to live demonically, all across the board, because they've been operating, they've been changing our DNA from godly, spiritually, to demonically. All that, the trauma, all the mental disorder, all the years, the centuries that went by, the last 5 centuries, the last 500 years of living has been them organizing a demonic system. And I'm saying here right now, if we, while we still have the freedom to move, if we are not focusing on that, this spiritual warfare, we will lose. And that's where I'm at. Oops. My point is the 10-year-old had coverage and help. Help. The real help that we need is mental help to prevent this from happening. It already happened. It happened during slavery. Can you imagine how many 10-year-old slaves was raped by the slave master? Miss Donna? Do you know, can you imagine how many 10-year-old black girls, 8-year-old black girls, 15-year-old black girls, 35-year-old black women was raped by the slave master and had no coverage and had to have these babies because they was breeding out the race? You're talking about this little 10-year-old in present time. I'm speaking from 500 years of what's happening where we are right now. Because I'm on the bottom level. On the bottom level, all we can do is look at everything above and beyond. Because it's all coming down like, oh shit. So it's amazing how we want to really, I have remorse. I have a heart for that 10-year-old, but I'm talking about 1700, the year 1750, the year 1801. Can you imagine how many 10-year-old black girls was raped by white men, let alone their own family people, but raped by white men and had no courage and had to give birth to these children, and 10-year-old babies having babies just to be snatched away from them and put into a slave system? Like I say, open up your glands to hear what I'm talking about. The pixels are deeper than what y'all want to be focused on. The picture that I'm painting right now is a reality check on a broader scale of life. Is spiritual warfare. They had no representation. You would never know about those little 10-year-olds and 13-year-olds. Then they want us to stop talking about this history because they don't want your hearts to have hearts for them. They don't want your hearts to have sympathy for them. So I'm saying, nah, we're gonna curve. I'm a pitcher, and as a pitcher, I throw a fastball, I throw a curveball, I throw a screwball, I throw a changeup, I throw a breaking pitch, I throw a side-on pitch, I throw a wild pitch. I even hit the batter if have to, as a pitcher. So I'm throwing you everything right now for us to understand. For us to get this World Series and win this victory, we have to know what we really are dealing with. Do you think billionaires know anything about the struggles? Yes, because they are the ones who's controlling the struggles. They the ones who make the struggles. You know what I'm saying? They the ones who orchestrate the struggles. They the ones who benefit off the struggles. They the ones who capitalize off the struggles. They the one who fund the struggles. They the ones who struggle. They the ones who fund the struggles on all angles. And as long as we sitting there like this, they will continue to be able to play stupid on the struggles as if they don't know. But they know the struggles. They've been cut from the most vulnerable. Do you follow their policies? No, I'm actually one who's I'm like in incantation type mode right now. I'm the one who's making mental. I'm the one who's making mental policies and putting the energy out there for things to change. And I believe that once we all tap into our gifts and become more gifted, it's not about their policies, it's about what policies we are putting out there because we are on the spiritual level making shit change. The policies right now is the fact that we are starving. We starving from hunger. We starving from love. We starving from unity. We starving from respect. That's the only thing that I focus on. And I'm saying to you is that once the people be put in position and I pay attention to some little things, then I realize that we are the ones who can control whatever policies they talking about. It's real. I'm on a different mindset. I'm on a different mindset. I just know that Kamala Harris was spooky because my spirit did not align with her at never, ever, ever. Not even her first time. People don't understand. I was out there on the campaign trail making money. When they told me there was a chicken out there, and I looked at her, and said, "I don't feel her." I never went to any of her events because I, I didn't feel her spiritual policies. That's a good one. I'm on a spiritual policy level right now. The time for protecting ourselves passed. The election is over. They all said what they wanted. Most people did not listen. I don't vote. I don't vote I vote policy. That's not how to teach. I'm sorry, that's not how you teach. You let them decide for themselves once they get all the facts. Damn, I wish I knew what I said that made you say that. These are your thoughts and words. They do not say the same as you. See, Donna keeps the conversation flowing, folks. That's why Miss Donna got a wrench. All right. The numbers for those types of abortions are small. We have 50 years of stats. Damn, what did I say? I wish you can remind me what I said. The numbers for those type of abortions are small. We have 50 years of stats. That's what I don't know, but I told you I went back to slavery. I talked about the 10-year-olds, the 10-year-old little girls raped by slave masters and enslavers, and had to have these children and raise these kids and still live with the slaver. You see what I'm saying? You living with the slave master, you're getting beat by the slave master, and you're raising the slave master baby to become a slave. That's who I'm defending and talking about. That's spooky. All I can say is our views differ. Time will show. I do not belittle a person who has a difference of opinion. I hope I didn't. You hope you don't think I was trying to belittle you. She said Kennedy's against vaccinations, and so am I, and so am I. Okay, I'm not for vaccinations. I'm against vaccinations. I am 100% against vaccinations. I met Dr. Sebi. You might not heard of Dr. Sebi, but I met Dr. Sebi. And before Dr. Sebi, I was already on a hunt. And then when I met Dr. Sebi, he cured AIDS. He cured diseases. So Donna, check out who Dr. Sebi is. Donna, do you? Damn it. Okay, let me. Kennedy's against vaccinations. I want you to answer that if you're still here. Donna, have you ever heard of Dr. Sebi? The texts are out of order. Sorry. I love you too, baby. That's for Donna. I'm asking a question, Donna, because like I said, I don't even know how deep these messages go. So I'm just scrolling through slowly and talking to you from from comment to comment. Eye for eye, word for word. What's up on the tapping? Thanks for tapping in. I think we need spiritual therapy too, bro. What's up, bro? I've been away for a second. Had to put the net down for a book. Shout out to you. Eye for eye. I was waiting for you to tap back in because I wanted to give you this. I had to first figure you out, and now I think you deserve one. So eye for eye, word for word. You have a mod stick. Thanks for tapping back in. It was. I was doing a live stream before, and I couldn't remember. It was a couple people I wanted to give a stick to, and eye for eye, word for word was one. I think we need spiritual therapy too, bro. What's up? I'm chilling. I have been away for a second. It's all right, me too. But I'll be making some videos here and there. Had to put the net down for a book. Salute, salute. I gotta get some glasses so I can start reading books because my vision is from being on the internet is really hurting me now. Have you ever listened to Black Sabbath? I'm gonna write that down. War Pigs. If not, give a listen. All right, I'm gonna write that down now. All right. Don't think I don't be listening to y'all folks. Black Sabbath. People, check that out too. To see what she's talking about. Damn it. Pen don't write. Black Sabbath. And War Pigs. All right. We're going to check that out. What am I checking out for? I need to know what I'm checking out for so I have a little idea because I'm probably be sitting there like, and then I might just stop listening and I might miss what I really should be listening for. That's what you voted for. I ain't vote. That's what you voted for. They already told us those facts, but people refuse to listen. I didn't vote. I'm not voting no more, to be honest. I'm done with voting. Look up their policies. Yo, bro, I'm just thinking about what the rabbi. Yeah, yo, definitely. Yeah, you definitely was the one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Goldie Mac, what up, kid? Yo, bro, I'm okay. That's what I'm saying, yo. I'm at the point right now, eye for eye. And a lot of people don't really. I played the video. You took the time out to find the video, and you watched it 3 times for yourself, maybe more. Who knows? Where you even had to fall back from the internet, read a book or two, read something, and come back and then bring back up the rabbi, even though I mentioned it. But understand. He spoke about 9/11, the shekels made from that. He spoke about this. He spoke about the war. He spoke about the Civil War. He spoke about life. He's speaking about the future. He's speaking about browning up the white race, mixing them up, with the Indians, mixing them up with the Asians. And you guys been seeing that shit happen for a very long time. But people don't really know what's going on if they don't know the sources. And like you said, yo, bro, I'm just thinking about what the rabbi said. You're right, man. And that's what I'm saying, folks. I'm at the end like, yo, folks, you know what? All this shit is illusion of confusion. And we gotta dilute all this shit. We gotta get past all those little pixels. I know that, you know, our hearts and sympathy go out to this and go out to that, but the bigger picture is the bigger picture. And we have to control it. Goldie Mac on the tap in. Yep, top of the morning. Trust me, I'm not attacking you, D. I'm just, you know, trying to get you really to understand. You must know history so it does not get repeated. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Top in the morning. I got you, Goldie. I got you. Top in the morning to everybody from Goldie. And now they gave all the built power building. Why are so many people scared of people having money? And why are people so afraid of people getting rich? And now they was rich before they was in the yo, Elon Musk was rich before he became such a figurehead on the internet and social media and the news. He was already rich. He was rich for quite some time, but he wasn't on your radars. Now that he has spotlight and shit like that, now he's a problem. He's been a problem since he was fucking with technology. I really believe he's like Lex Luthor. Elon Musk reminds me of Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? But I believe even Lex Luthor had to align himself with Superman at one point. I think. Wow, that's amazing. I wish I could have learned from that. Yeah. Not Sabi, Sebi. 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 We say Sabi. It sounds like A, but it's Sebi. Sebi. When I met Dr. Sebi, I met him in New York City. I told you, I met him because I was with this organization called the African Stock Exchange Association Development Corporation, and we had our own charter to do what the federal government can do. We could become a government within this government. We just had to build up the nation of people, meaning that we had to get a certain amount of members, aka citizens, to be part of the organization. Then we would fly our flag. So we went down to a Dr. Sebi conference in Brooklyn. It was being held in one of these little houses. It's brownstone. You gut it out and they do meetings there. And he was there talking on the low. It was like underground movement, and he was speaking about how the government outed him because he cured AIDS. Michael Jackson went to him. Left Eye, she died on his compound. And she was trying to bring as many people, her friends and everybody there, to get healed from diseases, healed from mental health, healed from just healed, get stronger, just be there, meditate, fix themselves. Dr. Sebi could have been one of those huge, huge phenomenons, and he was on his way, and that's why they killed him. And a lot of people think that's another reason why Nipsey Hussle was set up. You know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to put the word out about the Dr. Sebi. We don't need pills, folks. We don't need vaccinations, Donna. So I'm with your boy, your man. I'm with him. We don't need vaccinations. We don't. I'm 50 years of age. And I'm going to tell you the honest God truth. I haven't been a doctor in like 40 years. No lie. I broke my arm. I saw the doctor. They gave me medication, and when I broke my arm, and I was like, yo, I don't like pills. And so I just moved to this. I just moved in Brooklyn. I was living in this Brooklyn room, basement apartment, and down the block, maybe like 3 blocks away, 4 blocks away, it was the bud man, the weed. And so I would walk to the weed guy and get me some weed and smoke my weed, and I threw away the pills. And the doctor said, "Yo, this would really fuck my head up." The doctor was like, "Yo," when I had to go back, to get checked up, he was like, "Yo, you healing rapidly fast. You are healing rapidly fast." I wasn't taking no painkillers and I wasn't doing none of that. I was just naturally healing. I had burnt myself. Let me show you. I burnt my arm. And I stopped using the doctors. Yo, look, man, I healed myself. They was trying to send a doctor, nurse to me. I was like, nope, I don't want no nurse. I don't want nobody come deal with me. I'm good. Everybody who seen me, they be like, did you get a skin graft? Like, no, I healed it myself. This was 3rd-degree burns. This entire hand had no skin on. This entire hand was white. This entire hand looked like this. All the way to the top, it was nothing. This entire hand, and you would never be able to tell. You would not be able to tell, folks. This entire freaking hand was like this. I watched my skin melt off all the way up. It was amazing. I was in shock looking. And for me to be like this, and you can't tell. See the hair there? The body is a natural healing mechanism. That's what makes us godly. Why you think you open the book, you be like, these people live 900 years. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. When I was 13, when I was 12, when I was 15, when I got to 20, I would never believe that at 50, I would still look like a young kid. I'm in the gym, and my workout is kind of ridiculous at this point because I'm like, yo, my strength, why am I stronger now than when I was 18, 19? The saddest thing is that sugar depletes your body. The things that we eat and consume that taste so good destroys the inner body. And that's the part that I've got to reboot and reheal. And that's my focus now. We were discussing war and military. Oh, thanks for bringing me back to that. Thanks for bringing me back to that. I listened to Black Sabbath and System Down. I listened to Black Sabbath and System Down, Miss Donna. No doubt. See, okay. No doubt. Eye for eye. Yeah. So, what was it about? Can somebody kind of like brief me so I can have an interest? Eye for eye, no doubt. Okay, I got you, folks. I got you. Eye for eye. I was trying to make a point to Don about war in the military. Okay. So that's what it's about. Thank you. Okay, I got you. I still say defund the military. Heavy. And I also say pull out of NATO. Pull a lot of funding from NATO and pull a lot of funding from the military and put it towards this project I'm talking about, this mental health, spiritual health. Okay? That's how you fund the $1,000, $2,000 to the people who participate with the project. Trust me, you'll see a major difference. It's not that you are afraid of money, it's the fact that they don't have the same experience. I'm kind of caught up with you guys, I think. I think I'm kind of caught up. But you say, LOL, you're 100%. Elon has always been the problem and radical. One thing about Elon, what made me say, give a pass to him, he said he's willing to he was willing to give hella millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, of his money towards feeding people or the hungry, some shit like that. I did a live on it. And then you had the white guy, the boxer, Jake Paul. He said, if Elon do it, then I'm willing to give up 10 million. And I was like, wow, that's respect. Understand? Go back to the Elon Musk giving up the millions of dollars, you know, for hunger. And then Jake Paul signing off and saying, Elon do it, I got 10 million towards it. It's a domino effect. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Facts. All this is underlay. All this is the underlay for the overplay. Rabbi said the people won't listen. Okay, you eye for eye. I think you're gonna make me listen to that shit again when I get off. Alfredo Darrington Bowen is Dr. Sebi, right? Alfredo Darrington Bowman is Dr. Sebi. I don't know if that's his original, if that's his full name, Alfredo. I don't know. I don't know. And thanks for that. You know what I'm saying? Look, 37. Okay. Now hear what I'm about to say to you. The reason why I don't look 27 is because my last 30 years of living has been so stressful. Since I've been stressed out, and I mean this with my heart, and I feel the tears coming in because I'm trying to tell us something. Because I went from being young to 50, and now I can tell younger people something about life. What you eat, the sugars, I know it tastes good, the sweet stuff, the snacks, the beer, and the stressing will age you, will deplete you. But if we was not on that shit, on that level, that's what the enemies is, spiritual warfare. They give you this stuff because they know what they got to do to stop us from being around 200 years. They give us the stress. They give us the vaccinations. They give us the poison. And I'm going to say this, and I'm so sorry to say this, but I got to say this to my white women. You ladies are one of the biggest guinea pigs. Don't think that they don't target y'all. They target everyone. And they target our white women heavy. And then it branched to the black women. But they target the white women so heavy to become part of their experiments for drugs, pills, vaccination. They get you. That's why so many white women have cancer. And white women get scared, and they get so scared, and they focus on your fear to get you hooked on their drugs and their medication. And it's until those women who wake up and then they become more health freaks and they now become more juicers and they get out there and start feeling good about themselves, they the ones who help save you. You have to listen to those women out there. But as long as they got you as their guinea pigs and their experiments, then you will put out the spell of We got to get vaccinated. We got to do this. You march out there, you protest, you go against them, but they are using you. And that's what I'm saying. So much breast cancer, especially in the early years of life, like well, not life, but early years of the 1900s, they was really experimenting on a lot of white women just to get them into the motions of pushing their medication, their vaccinations. Breast cancer is something that they, to me, I'm gonna say this, and I believe this. Cancer itself, I believe, is more so something that they target and they get you with. It's not something that you really are born with, develop. It's something that they are infesting us with. My mom's had breast cancer. This Indian woman who was a baby doctor gave her some cream and helped her, and my mom's didn't have breast cancer no more. My mom's didn't go get no therapy. She didn't get none of that shit. Radiation, none of that shit. But when my mom started getting other pains, my mom was taking medication after medication after medication after medication, then she developed dementia. We got to stay away from their medication. Exactly. Once he said we got to get the mucus out our bodies, yo, look, I swear to you, I would, yo, when it comes to the winter season, I haven't gotten the cold yet. But one thing about me, I would, instead of swallowing and swallowing that shit, I spit it out. I have my spit cups. I'm gonna be a little nasty, so I can really explain to you that I'm dead ass serious. I'm gonna be a little nasty, but sometimes you got to. It's like science. I'm gonna give you science right now. This is mental health. We still focus on mental health. Okay. See my cup? It's always handy. Want to see what's in my cup? I'm gotta be nasty. Spit. I'm not swallowing this shit. I have my spit cup here handy, and I spit it out. I haven't seen that, and this is. You know how you be walking in the streets and you see the green, yellow, thick ass mucus from people. I'm like, God, I haven't had one of those in a long time. A long time I haven't had that because you got to get the mucus out. Don't swallow mucus, folks. Spit that shit out. That's a major key. I know. I'm Icy Don. I sell water. I sell icy. I sell sugar. I'm a drug dealer. I want to stop drug dealing. I sell sugar to my peoples every day, all day. I can't wait for the season because that's where I'll get my bread, but I hate being that drug dealer. And then I seen something years ago said that, we shouldn't allow our kids to obtain sugar until like after 12 or after 1 o'clock. After 12, 1 o'clock. Don't allow the kids to be consuming sugar until after 12, 1 o'clock. I seen that like 20 years ago. I don't know what you talk about right here. Both rock band is on their political game. I don't know what we talk about right there. Sorry. You are young to me. I know you, you punk. Yo, once again, folks, Miss Donna is not no young chick. Okay, she's not no young buck. She's not no young female. The conversation that we having. She's been married longer than I've been alive. And I appreciate her coming in and tapping in. We having this conversation with us early in the morning. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's good to see you here, Donna. You keep the live stream going. I've been sitting in this chair for 2 hours and 10 minutes because Miss Donna and Eye for Eye and Word for Word and everybody else and Goldie Mac all taps in. All things serious taps in, and he's focused. All things serious focus on therapy, folks. Why? Because he knows that he knows his situation. He knows that therapy is important. He knows that therapy helped him, and it's good to see him on the tapping. All things serious. My man from Florida. Don't think I don't be knowing, so I pay attention. It's important for us to understand that mental health and therapy is a conversation that we must get in the eyes, hands, and ears of these billionaires so that they can implement this. There's a dude I know, he goes and he do these studies, clinical studies, and he gets paid like $200, to for the clinical studies. But I'm like, dude, stop that shit, because he's doing clinical studies for these pills and things like that. For understand? That's why I'm saying, nah, yo, we do. So because they've been doing that shit for a long time, clinical studies, a long time. The beginning of the clinical studies, when they was using the guinea pigs and they got the people and they was doing what they was doing, getting people hooked on the drugs for clinical studies, then taking their babies for clinical studies, having these people really hooked on drugs and getting them too hard of drugs. Now they got their babies. It was a different type of kidnapping that they was using with these women for clinical studies back in the 70s, the 80s, the 60s. Clinical studies. Whew. It's sickening. And to this day, they still do clinical studies. So that's what I'm saying right now, as a worldwide clinical study, we should have mental health as a worldwide clinical study. And if you get therapy, mental therapy, if you get therapy for 8 hours a month, 12 months a year, 96 hours, if you can make 100 hours, you get that $1,000. If you do 96 hours, you get your $1,000. But if you do it all the way through and you really do it successfully, you definitely get your $1,000, maybe a 1250 bonus, $250 bonus. So we talk about 1250. The next time 15 to 2000. Next time 2000 to 25. You understand what I'm saying? If they keep adding that by taking away from the NATO, taking budget, take away from the military budget, and putting it towards this, we can save a lot of our people from abuse, sex abuse, molestation, violence, suicide. Okay, let's keep going. I'm a whippersnapper. You know that's an old school word right there. You little whippersnapper. I like that. The health kick. The health kick has been going for decades. Vaccinations are different. Explain. Try and convince me on the vaccinations, please. Please do convince me on the vaccinations, because I know they always say we got to get vaccinated. I remember when I was in elementary school and we had to get vaccinated. And I remember my mom's really didn't want to do it, but she did it because it was required. And I remember going there and I was like, why am I getting this needle? I'm looking at my mom's like, yo, she was my enemy. I was like 8, like, yo, you my enemy, yo. Why you doing this? If you don't think we should, why you guys doing it? Well, son, because it's mandatory for you to go to school. Why is it mandatory for me to learn to get vaccinated? And then I get the chicken pox. It's like once you get the vaccination, you get a chicken pox. You get the disease. Don, there are genetic markers in your DNA. It means you have a higher chance of developing cancer. That's right. She said, I got that off the internet. Okay. All right. Thanks. The rock band, I said, I didn't know. The rock bands Black Sabbath and System Down are political bands. Rock, so you just say rock bands Black Sabbath and System Down are political bands. I'm going to try and just see if I can hear anything they say that, resonates. I'm writing it down real quick. All right. So I was referring to Black Sabbath and System of a Down. All right, so I finally got caught up with everybody. All right, so we good. I was able to get all the way down to and get caught up with you folks and communicate on you folks word for word. While other people don't do that, what I do, you know what I'm saying? They don't put your words up there unless you do a super chat. You know what I'm saying? They don't give y'all no conversation word for word, line for line, unless you donate to them. I've been on a lot of people platform. They don't do what I do. So shout out to me for saluting the chat. I remember when I first used to do my live streams and dude would say, don't focus on the chat, don't know. But I now learned that the chat be having conversation that we need to talk about because this one keeps the conversation really going strong, especially when we not on some goofy shit. And that's why I love, the people that be tapping into my chat because it don't be goofy. It'd be good conversation and we talk and we converse and we keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? This is the facts. Don't vaccinate. Get the disease. We eliminated from the US back in the 50s. Get the vaccination, protect yourself and others. This is the facts. Don't vaccinate and you get the diseases. We eliminated from the US back in the 50s. Get the vaccination, protect yourself and others. I never caught COVID. And if I did catch COVID, it was it was to me it was like a cold. And I was homeless and I was sleeping in the garage and you know what I'm saying, and it was freezing in the garage. So of course I'm gonna get sick freezing in the cold. And I wasn't around nobody. So I when I got that was like one of the last times I was sick. And that was in 2019. You know what I'm saying? Ah, dope, 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 dope. 21 salute to Ghana. However many that was. 21 salute. I'm so happy I came across you. No doubt. I'm so happy that you tapped in and you came across me. That's why I gave you the wrench. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, the energy that I get from you folks definitely helps out on me doing these live streams. Trust me, this wasn't a planned live stream. The conversation I had last night, I was supposed to went live last night. I'm gonna do my live that I was gonna do last night. I'm gonna do it tonight, 7:30. Is about the FDMG Umar Johnson School, and so I was gonna do that live stream last night, and I got a phone call and I was talking about the world needs mental therapy, and the world needs mental therapy. The world needs mental therapy, and I said, you know what? I woke up like this morning, like early. I said, you know what? Let me make that live. And so I went and just made it live because I said, you know what? I want to talk about this just so that at least it could be online so people can see it and they can tap in, they can hear my perspective. And I'm not going deeply into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just tapping it and now we're conversing. But that was very important for me to put this out there to make it a conversation because you're never going to hear a person say that it should be mandatory that the world get mental therapy. Everyone. You're never going to hear a person say the federal government, the president, can be the leader of this mental health, this mental therapy for suicide, for molestation, for violence, for racism, from economic justice, for everything. And if they implemented it, if they took funding from military and put it towards this project itself, that in their 4-year term, they would see that they had a victory. And I'm saying that this would be the best time and he would be the best candidate because it would be also something that he said, I'm not just the president, but I'm a client. You know what I'm saying? He can be the first person to say, not only am I the president of the country, but I'm also a client. I'm also a client. And I too get mental therapy 4 times a week just by being the president. I have to double up. I have to get more than you guys because I see more, I hear more, I deal with more. So I have to double up on my mental therapy. I heard more cases that of people dying, more cases of diseases, more cases of suicide than you guys can ever imagine. So I get mental therapy 5 hours a week, 20 hours a month. He could be the model for it. That's what I'm trying to say. I love having discussions with people that don't agree with me. That's how we both learn and show your viewers you can have a difference of opinion and still have respect. Respect, keyword, for the other person. And going back to how you rule, the way to rule is respect, unity, love, and empowerment. Okay? Respect, unity, love, and empowerment. That's the rules of life. Bang. And she said it, folks. So once y'all understand it, bro, I don't think the United States will never take funding from the military. You out your rabbit mind. Yes, they will. If we put it on paper and we put this project together, they will have no way but to do it. And you guys stand. Tell me why. Tell me why you say that. All right. Tell me why you say that. Come on, eye for eye before we stop this live stream. Tell me why you say that so we can converse this real quick. Because I don't want this talk. I mean, I wish I had a panel that, and I checked that shit out. It was just too much for me to go through that Emuse or whatever that the stream was. So I did check that. Whoever told me to check it out. I actually signed up and I just got completed, but I'm ignorant on a lot of things, so it was pissing me off. But yo, it would be easy if I had it where you can come up and you can state what you're saying. But I need you to type. You said, I don't think the United States will never take funding from the military because we spend more money on the military than we do on the national debt. And that's what I'm saying. Why do we spend more money on the military? You say we will never take it away. Why? Why won't we? That just means we buy less tanks, we buy less bullets, we buy less guns, we buy less nuclear weapons. We buy less fighter jets, we buy less Black Hawk choppers. Excuse me. Tell me, we still got archives of tanks that still work that goes back since World War II. They still work, they still kill. We don't need anything that's like Iron Man type shit right now, like the Megatron tank. We don't need that. An $80 million tank. It flies, it goes in water, it drives, climb mountains. $80 million tank. $50 million bomb. I say Trump is big on, then finish up. What, the military? But I'm still, yeah, the military, It's funny, but it's funny that you say, I say Trump is big on the military. Look, Trump is a hustler, yo. He would say what he gotta say, but you would say he big on the military because it looks good, but is he really big on wars? You know what I'm saying? He constantly talk about stopping wars. So he's a contradiction. He got to say that for the military cats. He got to say that for the votes. He got to give you the illusion that he is. But in the next 4 years, I want to know what I want to know how much he's going to use the military. In the next 4 years, I want to know how much he's going to use the military. He didn't even get in office, and already they pulled. You see what's going on in Israel and Pakistan. I tell you like this: if I had mad guns in the closet, you know what I'm saying? If I had mad guns in the closet and guns on me and shooters, I know I can do a whole lot of talk to end a whole lot of shit taking place in the streets. So as long as he have the backing of this shit, he we good? Okay, cool. I can negotiate. Right? We don't even need to go to that level. And because the illusion of the mindset of everyone else is think that he's crazy, he's gonna drop this, he's gonna do that. That's more powerful than anything. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's for us to find out. But before all that crazy shit, we need legislation. We need to implement this mental health because this mental therapy program. Look at his numbers. On the first term, he wants the biggest just for show. And that's you said the key thing, just for show. Because as long as you can have the imagery and people like, he's a lunatic, and they're assuming all this shit, that's more powerful than anything. It's like a magician. It's like performing a magic trick. And so that's the magic trick that I was able to see through because he prides himself on being one of the first and only presidents that never had war on and blood on his hands. So when you pride yourself on that, you have to be a magician. And the imagery is what he played on. Look at his his numbers on the first term. He wants the biggest just for show because that's more than what we need. But we have it now. He has right now. He has everything that he don't even. The next 4 years, if he cut from it, because we already have it. Like going back to the oil. He says, and he said this way back in 2016 that America has more oil here, that we don't need to be buying oil here, we don't need to be buying oil there. So if we have more oil here, we don't have to buy. So now if we already have, as of Joe Biden's whole term, if we already have a military that he's walking into office right now, and he's looking at all the stuff all the Iron Man shit that we have right now, his next 4 years, he don't have to buy the shit. He don't have to buy nothing because it's already there. Meaning that now he can cut from the expense of buying shit, making stuff. Because we already have a plethora of tanks, a plethora of helicopters, bullets, guns, ammos. So now he don't have to focus on spending the money for the shit. All he have to do is focus on allocating those funds for the military expense towards other shit. He's coming in office where he already have it. So this next 4 years, he don't have to spend no money on purchasing no military weapons. He can just say, no, thank you, no, thank you. But we got these warships. We don't need them. Look at all the warships we have already in place. We don't need no more. What we need now is a movement where we don't have to use these ships and use these tanks. And so what can we do for that? And now here we come with this therapy to stop the violence worldwide. Therapy to heal the planet. Therapy. because we already have it. We don't need to buy no more tanks. We don't need no more warships. We don't. Elon Musk is a billionaire. He's already got. See, we don't even need NASA. We got Elon Musk now. So now cutting the spending towards NASA. We currently, exactly, Donna, we're currently not in any wars. And we haven't been in wars even through Biden's term. And like you said, helping allies is not our wars. And that's what I'm saying. So when I'm saying cutting, I'm talking about cutting, helping allies too. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about cutting all that shit. Because we now want to focus on stopping the violence. Because we know the rules. The rules of life is respecting one another, uniting with one another, loving one another, and empowering one another. And if we can get that as the main key for therapy, know the rules of life, it's simple. Hood president, you're here. I'm not talking from a peon mindset. I'm talking from a prayer level. A prayer level like, yo, my words is my bond. My words is the power that I have. My words is my gift. My words and thoughts is my power. And so as I'm passing my power to us, if we can understand what I'm saying, we don't need no more money going towards purchasing military equipment. And that budget itself, I want to know what type of budget that is. Maybe when I get off, I can, put in a post of what that budget is. You're talking about a logical solution. Do you think leaders, dictatorship are logical? You're going to hate me for this one, Donna? Oh, you're going to hate me for this one, Donna. What you say before I say anything? Because the United States is the superpower when it comes to military. When we surpass the Soviet Union, our military never stopped growing. Exactly. So right now, our growth is the military so powerful that logically, I think that Trump knows that. And I think logically, okay, Donna, I think that he's the one to use logic. Although you guys think he's a retard, I think that he will be the most logical person outside John F. Kennedy. I think John F. Kennedy was using logic at the time, and that's the reason why he got assassinated, because they was trying to build it. They was still building up the military. They were, nigga, you going against what we doing. We building up our military. We need more military power. And when he started speaking against that, he started using logic, they popped his head. So what happened with Trump? He was talking logic and they popped at his head. Or so what was your comment then? Continue on. They said my first comment was too long, so I had to shorten it. Because the United States is the superpower when it comes to military. When we surpassed the Soviet Union, our military never stopped growing. So completed. In today's world, it's all about power. Okay? And we have power. We have massive power. I don't know if y'all ever seen NAFC, not fucking around. Forgot what the C stood for. But NAFAC. I went down to Kentucky. They arrested the leader like 2 years ago. And when I went down to Kentucky, I've never seen so many guns in the streets. I never seen what I saw in my life, and just that militia that we have, just the people that would come out with their own guns. It's like, yo, we have power. And when I say power, whether it's the military or in the hood, why you think Tupac was a problem? Because Tupac was not only a gun lover, but he was a gun shooter. He shot 2 cops who he felt was doing wrong. And the funniest thing, the most beautiful thing was he was right. He was right. He walked because he was right. He put lead in the man's ass and he was right, and they let him walk because he was right. And that power itself was like, this man got his intuition, his words, his actions is too powerful. So in today's world, it's all about power. With the list of enemies growing against the U.S., Donna, stop watching the freaking news. All right, Donna? Donna, stop watching the news. With the list of enemies growing against the United States of America, we need military to protect us. Don't get me wrong. I'm against war, but we need to see the reality. And the reality, Donna, is you watching too much news. Tell me what enemy we have. Because you said the growing number of enemies. What enemies do the United States of America have outside Rabbi Finkelstein and his rabbis? Those are enemies. Right? Eye for eye. That's our main enemy. What enemies do we have? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Tell me. I'm ignorant. What enemies that we have? Hold on. I was moving fast. Hold on. You guys are back talking. All right. But we need to see the reality. I'm against war, but we need to see a reality. Look at his numbers on the first term. He wants the biggest just for show. That's true. He has it. He has it. That's not true. Syrian war, 2017. He wants to invade Greenland. We currently are not in any wars. Helping allies is not in war. You're talking about logical solutions. What the hell? Okay, hold on. They say, okay, first count. Haha, Trump and logic don't go together. All right, so we're back on track. But didn't Biden abandon billions of dollars worth of military equipment on the shores of Al Qaeda? They don't look like allies to me. Donna says, that was proven not to be true. Yeah, I think she's watching too much news, man. Look at Palestine. What about Palestine? What is Palestine? Huh? What is Palestine? What problem is Palestine to us? They are enemy. We gotta be fearful of them. What part, Miss Donna? The Biden comment. So he wants to know with the Biden comment. What part, Miss Donna? The Biden comment. It's not safe for Americans to travel abroad. Is that the wrong president? Because the act did happen. I'm letting you guys have your conversation. It's at this second. I'm just looking to jump in because I'm stuck on a few things I'm reading. Okay, it's not safe for Americans to travel abroad. Yo, look. When you leave home, it's never safe. You know what I'm saying? As a child, we was always told that once we leaving out the house, be safe. So once you leave home, no one's safe. Whether you're American, whether you're Mexican, whether you are Arabian, whatever you are, once you leave home, you will never be as safe as you are at home. And sometimes you not as safe as home as you would be going somewhere else. So I know you meant to say like us. You put live us. I know you meant to say like us. Do you think the Hamas like us? Okay, let me ask you this. Why do you think Hamas don't like us? And that's what I'm saying. And that's my overall point. It's not even safe traveling your own city. You know what I'm saying? So once you leave home, I'm talking about your house. Once you leave your apartment, once you leave your building, once you leave your school, it's not really safe, period. So when you go into another country, don't expect it to be even more safer. And why we really want to go to countries that we know or we assume don't like us when we haven't even really travel our own country. There's so many people that want to go to Paris, they want to go here, they want to go there, they want to go there, they want to go there, but they never even been to like New York City. They never been to California. They never been to Florida. They never been to Colorado. But they want to leave this country and go, oh, get a passport. It's just because they want to feel as if they did and doing something with their lives. Travel, if you want to do some traveling, travel before you leave out this country. Travel and go to every state and try food in every state in every city. If you want to do some traveling, do that first before you decide that you want to become a hostage in another country because they out of control. But I want to know is it's a hostile environment overseas. So why do people want to go there overseas? That's what I'm saying. What the hell is it overseas that you want to see? The hate you give us, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm with you with that. So what I'm saying is that why do you want to go overseas? What is there overseas for you to see that you can't see in your own country and spend your money and keep it circulating in your own country first before you say I gotta go to Israel. I got to go to where they be doing all the boxing fights now. You know what I'm saying? They doing all those boxing fights and damn, I forgot where they at. But why we always gotta leave and go away, yo? Stop that shit. Just because you want to feel like you about something, you got a passport, and you think that you gotta travel. Nigga, get on a plane and go to start from Seattle and work your way down and go across and just keep going in the country that you in. Get in the car, do road trips. There's so much beauty in their own country for you to be worried about people who don't like you. And I want to know once again why Hamas. What problem do Hamas have with us? Okay, what problems do Hamas have with us outside the fact that our government is doing dirty shit? Our government is funding horrible stuff. Our government is destroying people. See, once we understand, going back to I'm saying the mental therapy that we need, we will be able to stop the violence. Because we can't say that Hamas is about we is enemies to us without knowing why Hamas is enemies to us. Then we gotta say, what are we doing to these folks? Oh, out of sight, out of mind. You gotta understand, out of sight, out of mind is real. So out of sight, we're doing some horrible things, using people, countries, and other countries that we can go and set up and like a Bill Gates in Africa. You think that he's doing good out there? I don't think Bill Gates is doing no good in Africa. There you go. And so do I. I'm saying there's so much beauty in this country that if we just focus on that, we will keep a lot of money here. We can grow this country on a different level. If we just imagine there was that's gonna sound crazy, but just imagine if we was had a ban for the next 4 years of a travel ban that we couldn't travel and go anywhere outside America. We've had to stay within America just to build up the economy. This is just a 4 year economy buildup. This has nothing to do with anything else except for we want to keep Americans, people safe, and we want to build up America's beauty and America's economy and things like that. So we are encouraging all your travels be throughout America. It might sound, oh, it's a dictatorship. No, but if you see the logic behind it, see it's logical. I remember this one girl. She came from Atlanta, Georgia, and I met her, and she wanted me to go to the Empire State Building, and she wanted me to take her to the Statue of Liberty. And I'm looking at her laughing like, Statue of Liberty? We don't do that. We don't go to the Statue of Liberty. Why not? It made me realize, like, dude, there's so much stuff here that you guys are just taking for granted that y'all not really taking time out to enjoy. Like when I was traveling, I was going to New Hampshire. When you pass it through a certain place, I can't remember what it was. I know it was after Boston, whatever the state's like after Boston. There's a whole section where it's nothing but beautiful flowers, and the time of the year it changes, and a lot of the Asian people come there for the pictures and just the experience. And it's crazy that, if you don't know about it, you miss out. And like I said, the different time of year, all the different colors of the flowers and the trees, and it's a big thing. I would never known of that unless, but I was traveling, trying to make me some money, and I come across. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." Then when I knew the history of it, I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." I want to take time out to come out here just to enjoy it. I live in New York City all my life. I haven't went upstate and enjoyed upstate. We have mountains, we have skiing, we have all sorts of things to do to keep our economy growing. But we want to act so big and bad, like I got me some money, I'm taking a vacation, I'm getting my passport, and I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there. No, before we do all that, let's spend the money within this country and help grow it. But I want to know what makes Hamas our enemies and why we are enemies to Hamas. Grand Canyon on my bucket list, no doubt. I want to be on mine too, but I'm a little nervous because I'm pretty sure the Grand Canyon has some history, but I would love to go there. Okay, I see something you said Palestine. What? Palestine is Palestine is I'm sorry, Palestine is in the condition it is today. Damn it. Hold on, it disappeared. The thing now acting up. It was doing good all day. Now it's moving erratically. Palestine is in the condition it is today because God said it was going to be in that condition because the Jews has divided his land, and he said there will be no peace in Israel. We not safe nowhere we go. Sounds like Deuteronomy to me, bro. You understand? Because honestly, folks, we are the children. We are the generation of revelation. Now you gotta say, who are the children? What's the generation? I'm gonna say within the last 250 years, the generation of 200, 300 years of living is the revelation generation. All right. And we must wake up. That's why I said we got to know the rules. Respect, unity, love, and empowerment. We got to know the rules for us to save and heal ourselves before destruction comes. And we have so much, we still have time. And that's why I'm saying I believe that this presidency will be the wake-up call if we stop going against it and we figure out how to embrace it to move the wheel to turn in the right direction for us to be pretty much saved. Damn, you took away. I didn't see the message that you put there. Turkish Prince Al Sheikh or something like that, bro. You saying that don't like us? Well, a lot of these folks are demons. You know what I'm saying? We gotta understand until we stand up and we start eradicating the demons. How do you identify demons? Demons are ones who still think that war, think that guns, think that hate is the answer. Those are still your demons. those who are knowing the rules of respect, unity, love, and empowerment, those are your God sent people. And we have to fight that war against everything else. And the way to fight the war, like I said, this could be a bloodless war. It could be the first bloodless war, worldwide war. World War III is the battle of the mind. Mm. So right now, with World War III, we need to battle the mind in order to prevent that from exploding into a physical war. World War III starts in the mind, so we got to battle our minds and destroy the evil within us. If we don't, then it's going to go to the physical, and then that's where we're going to we're going to see chaos. Well, darlings, as much as I enjoyed this chat, and thank you for even saying that, because y'all went 3 hours. I'm being summoned by some grants. Have a blessed day, and please stay safe. Don, don't forget. Listen, okay, I got you. It's right here. Listen to Black Sabbath song, War Pigs. Okay, that's that's a song. Okay, thank goodness it wasn't like a book. All right, so yeah. All right, folks. So we are at 2 hours and 50 some minutes. I'm clapping it up because I was going to wrap it up like 30 minutes ago, but you guys start. So we're going to end it on that. We say thank you so much. But once again, I still want to know, what are we, the people, really doing that's making all these other people become our enemies? Don't use those words enemies, because they not our enemies. Don't use what the government say. Don't embrace the words that the government say. This is my final words in regards to the mental health and mental therapy that we need. Mental therapy. We need mental therapy. I keep saying mental health, but we need mental therapy. We need therapy. Everyone needs to get a therapist. If we can get Trump to see this and to implement this and become a client, and we see that this clinical study, we want to do a clinical study for the first term and see if saying this is something that we can embrace and do. The second, and receive finances, because we cutting from military spending and we putting towards this mental therapy project. I think that we can really start ending violence worldwide. I believe that we can start healing ourselves and saving our future generation. So thank y'all all for your listening ear. Thank you for your support, and have a good night. Once again, let me start as I began. I think Kamala Harris should have came out with some shades on, because her frustration, her anger was all in the glasses. Now she could have had the regular ones on. She could have put the designer ones on. You know what I'm saying? She could put the designer ones on. These are actually Versace, yo. I'm gonna sell these shits. Or she could put these on, the bug eyes. But sometimes you gotta hide your emotions, because it says a whole lot. So Kamala, once again, I also want to know why she was sitting in the presidential seats. Kamala Harris had no business sitting in those presidential seats, but I'm telling you folks that they had Kamala there because they was messing with her mentals. There was no reason for the vice president candidate, the presidential candidate, to come out last, to sit out last. There was no reason for her to be sitting amongst the presidents. They was messing with her psyche. So she should have came out there with shades on and messed up everybody. She should have had her designer shades on and messed up the whole media's mind, because she came out there with nothing on, and you just saw frustration and envy and hatred all in her motions, her movement. She told her husband to sit there. She didn't want to sit close to Trump. What did Trump really do to you outside? Beat you. He beat you. And that was it. So, folks, I don't know how to really end this. We got a few more people tapping back in. But like I say, I'm gonna do another live stream later on today, even though it's gonna be focused on the FDMG and Umar Johnson and Lennon Honor, or should I say Lumar Johnson. We still gonna talk mental therapy, mental health. But as we're gonna do right now, we've been in for 3 hours. It's 10:56. I'm about to go to the gym. I can't wait. Can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to the gym. And so we're going to have some fun in the gym. So thank y'all for your listening ear. Thank you for your support. Donna, Goldie, and everybody else. I for I, Goldie, Donna. Thanks for your conversation. Whoever tapped in that I'm definitely missing out on. It was a great conversation. It was a great conversation today. We always be having good conversation. I ain't gonna front. I'm trying to see if I was somebody else I missed. Damn it. Who else I missed? It was somebody who came in on the early part. I can't get all the way back. It was Jim, whoever Jim was, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jim K. And shout out to everybody else who want to tap in. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Thank you for All Things Serious. Yeah, All Things Serious. Shout out to All Things Serious because he takes it serious about this mental therapy. I'm going to put this up. Bam. All Things Serious. You get the last word on the screen. Therapy is important. Thank you for your listening here, your support. Life. Salute to life. Peace. 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 Peace.